Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Blaze. So we're getting straight back into it. If you recall from the last episode, we were attacking Morocco when we had the Iberian wedding, and now we've got these guys sitting here. So I'm pretty sure I might bow out of this war soon. We've got a fair bit of war score, and we might be able to take some of the stuff that we've kept so far, but we do want to get back and really get those rebels under control. It's not really something we want to have going quite a bit of the time. Now we can't even at the moment recruit anymore because of the bloody manpower, so we're just going to unpause it. That's fine. Expected that soon, actually. At this point, yeah, we're probably just gonna take this and then pull back and probably try and do some hit and runs on these guys. See what we can do with this. So yeah, we knew that was gonna happen. Hopefully they stick around there and don't really take too much more. But we'll see. High Liberty Desire, that's Aragon's because our army is so low at the moment, but that shouldn't be too bad. So let that sit there for a little while. New ideas ready. National manpower by 50%. It's going to take military. We'll check France, see what they've got. They've got 6. So we're not that far behind them, to be honest. I think we might end up actually taking that now, so just to try and get our manpower kicking along, refresh it a little bit. So we're going to get, what, 304 each month. We'll see if it helps. Portugal's got some guys down here. Aragon's just chilling, doing what Aragon's doing. He's having some fun. They don't seem to be moving at all, so we might just let that sit there for a while. Our war target is Garb, so if Portugal was smart, they'd duck across and take Garb, while Tlemcen is down there. Morocco itself doesn't really have a strong army, so it shouldn't be too hard to keep them distracted. What we need to do is get Tlemcen out of here. And yeah, look, Morocco, 7,000 in total. A fair bit of manpower. But it's not going to be them that carries this war, it's going to be Tlemcen, so what we need is for Aragon to come and kill them, but they won't because of the Iberian wedding. We supported Aragon, so technically these two aren't enemies, which is unfortunate. That's the way it happens though. 21%. It really needs to go faster. There's not so much we can do about it at this point. Truce will expire. Disputed successions. None of those are our friends, so we can't really Game of Thrones those guys. Rival of our rival. Who do they want us to talk to? Poland. Protect against Burgundy. That's pretty standard. Probably go Poland first. Because I'm lazy, we'll just do a search. Wrong one. Always doing that. There we go. Get that going. What else? Alright, so we won the siege. Now we'll go and take Garb, get the war score going. They've actually moved. Let's hope Portugal makes a move on that for us to see if they can recap it. I hope they do, otherwise that's going to take a lot of effort. Yep. There's not really much we can do about rebels with no manpower. We have too many diplomatic relations. Ah yes, the unions. Should probably dissolve one of those alliances. This guy is still kicking along, which is unfortunate, because it means soon we're going to get a third set of rebels, which is not really something we can afford at this time. So we've got Garb. Can we... So we want Tangiers. We want that one. So we can't grab that. So we're going to bow out of this war. Really want to get these under control. So we'll get our army back there. Give it a quick pause. We will increase autonomy here, just to get the unrest under control. We might send... Oh, we're not sending the missionary. We'll spend some admin, core it up. Hopefully that reduces our unrest a little bit further. We should have enough military power to decrease that if it needs to be done. So 4.7 years. We're now increasing manpower, but what we really need to do is get our armies back to full. Income's not very good at the moment. So we should look at that, pause it, let's see if we can get our parks out. I don't remember where we were pirating or if we were protecting trade. So that'll give us 1 ducat per month, which will help our income quite a bit, especially at this point. So we'll send them there. Unpause, get it out of the way. Now, I want to go in and get that fort again, but they're sitting just there, so there's a very good chance that they're going to just come back and have a crack at us. Portugal is going to be a little bit mad at us because we bowed out of the war. See, separate peace. Minus 30, but they trust us implicitly, so. I think all we need now is Wayrun for the Reconquista mission, which can't see at the moment because we're doing something else. Hurry up. So we're going to speed it up. Probably 1, maybe 2. Just so we can sit through most of the manpower modifier. We'll check our advisors and see what we've got. Land maintenance. We won't fire him just yet. Land force modifier. Morale. Morale would probably be better, to be honest. But we can't fire him just yet because at the moment we are essentially relying on our income to tide us over until the army is reinforced. Because we're at 355 a month. We may end up having to take a few loans. But shouldn't be too bad. The war with France pretty much crushed us. Let's hope they move up to there. Swoop in and retake some of these. Autonomy is going to be quite high because of the separatism. But we'll see what happens. Yep, they're moving up, so we're going to move down, retake the fort, hopefully. Burn is lacking a core. Morocco just got busted, which we're not entirely concerned about. So they've just taken that. Our income is severely reducing. Monarch just died, unfortunately. Our terrible monarch is now in play. Boost that back up. No legal heir just yet, so what we might do is fire him for now. And they're heading to Toledo. We'll fire this guy as well, because we don't necessarily need the maintenance modifier just yet. Looming disaster. I forget exactly where that is, but yeah, essentially we're going to have a civil war because our leader is a huge pile of crap. Military engineer. Local defensiveness. We'll grab defensiveness for now, because that helps us improve that. Alright, so the army is slowly recovering. We've got a long way to go before we can get back to our military modifier, which is 31. We're at 17 at the moment, which is extremely unfortunate. Oh well, that's the way the game's played. So we have enough for another regiment. Grab an infantry, train him up, get him to just retake some of these. Now let's hope RNG causes the siege to cost a little bit more than it normally would. But at the moment it's seeming very unlikely. So, he's ready. I sent him to the wrong place. Well done. That is a huge bonus. Instantly grab more infantry. High Liberty Desire, Aragorn again because of the army, which will decrease very, very soon because we're now spawning more infantry. So we're retaking that, which should increase our income back very, very quickly once again. Rival of our rival, we've won the Siege of Grenada. So this is the Reconquista. Yeah, we need way round, so we're eventually going to have to attack Tlemcen again. Convert Milia to Catholic. We'll select that mission for now. It's going to be a bit painful for a little while, because that's negative 7%, if I remember. But that'll decrease with national unrest. 12.5, they've got 14.9, so we need a fair bit of our troops to be back. 414, or a male heir. So legitimacy is at 85. Now, he's a terrible king anyway, so we don't really care about his legitimacy. It does increase a fair bit of, well, look, national unrest, income from vassals, but at the moment it's not a huge deal. So we're gonna grab the new heir, Catalina. She is 0 years old, Now, our general is our king. Essentially, we want him to die. I don't care if we go Regency, we do want him to die because he's just shocking. He's so bad. So we'll get some more cavalry right now. Regiment's just completed a set of knights. Technology, I should really be paying more attention to this. So trade efficiency increased by 5%. That'll help our income, which is increasing quite quickly. 22,000 men, 17,500 versus 14,900. So we need more cavalry, which we can't because we need more ducats. Too many relations. We have claims on provinces we don't own. I think we're going to have that claim for another 20 or so years. That looks like another 14 years from now. Shouldn't be too much longer. So 22,000. More ducats, please. Not ships. I want some more cavalry. They should be done. No, that's the wrong province. It's this one here. So they'll be done in 10 days. Less than 10 days now. Army is increasing quite a bit, which is fantastic. We are still operating at 4 times speed. So we've just lost Toledo. What did that do to our income? Not as much as I thought it would. So morale's quite high. He's got 3 shock, which is pretty good. 1 more cavalry please, and then we'll move up and start to hit these rebels. Don't expect to beat them in a single hit, but we'll do what we can. See if we can get him out of the way. Even if we're following in behind him and retaking this stuff for now, we'll see if we can bait him into attacking us. So we are definitely increasing our army very, very quickly, and we're back at 25 of 31. So they hold that one. It didn't take very long for them to take that. Knew it was going to happen. Let's see if they'll come in and attack us. Now this, for one reason, is why Castile is a very, very good country for beginners and stuff. Because its economy can just tide you over something fierce. Alright, so they're going for what looks like Madrid. I should have read that. Doesn't matter. So they're not going for Madrid. There you go. One thing we need to do very, very quickly is stop them because they're getting separatism, which is something we do not want. I believe it severely decreases income and such. So we definitely want to stop that from continuing for much longer. So we'll get some more knights at the end of this month. Get our cavalry up there so we can just go in there and walk all over them. 429 per month. So that must have been a very high province in terms of income. They're being held there at the moment because of the fort that they've got. So the Ottomans tell us of bronze cannons. So that'll increase trade for that particular commodity. 60%, so in 2 years, which is very unlikely to happen. It should disappear very, very quickly. I'll retake that province with this cavalry. They're going to be held up there for a little bit longer, which is good. Keep them busy. So, noble allies with foreign power. Who do they ally with? Tlemcen. Ah, we're going to end up attacking them anyway for way run, so just ignore that for now. But it gives us a reason to go to war. Units that suffer casualties. Expected during a siege. Can't really hope to have a siege without suffering casualties. So we just won Toledo. That was a massive roll. That was fantastic. So this will put us 26%. We've just cored those two provinces. They just had a huge roll as well. Between Morocco and Portugal. So Tlemcen really carried them through that fight, didn't they? Wonder if we should use this as a chance to wipe Portugal out. No, here comes Aragon. Thanks, Aragon. That was a tremendous amount of help just then. That was absolutely fantastic. Where were you before? So Portugal, definitely recovering. We'll give it a pause. That was the wrong one. I'll look at the ledger. See how Portugal's sitting in terms of an army. So he's got 8,606. Now, if we fabricate a claim, what can we get it on? So probably Burial, however it is he pronounced it. We'll fabricate a claim on that. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and, well, that was unfortunate. They busted us so quick. We call a diplomat. So they have 5% spies. So what we'll do, we'll try this one more time. Risk of discovery per month is 3.44%, so we just had a really bad roll, unfortunately. There's not really much you can do about that. Heavy RNG in this game. So we'll try that one more time, because we certainly do have enough of an army that we can just steamroll Portugal. No concerns at all. So that little bit of manpower that we had before is definitely depleted because we wiped out the rebels. There it is. So we have another 1% per month. It's at 48%. Our manpower needs to be at least 50%, otherwise the peasants are about to revolt. Legitimacy is higher than 50, so the civil war is being held off for now. Our peasants' war is going to happen unless our manpower recovers. Royal marriage from Portugal. We'll do that for now. No longer considers Papal State their rival. So Portugal lost that war. That's unfortunate. We'll have to come down and take that from Morocco. Now with where we are at the moment, I wonder if we could sell that to Aragon. Just for money. For no other reason. Alright, we'll spend some military. That happened. I didn't actually mean to do that. I was hoping it would just take me to this page so I could see what it would take, but ended up spending it. It's unfortunate. Can we convert them. Not at the moment. So all the rebels are completely wiped out. Don't have to worry about that anymore. I think what we'll do, we'll come down and we'll put people in both of those countries. Busted again. Oh well. Sorry, Portugal. They trust us implicitly still. Happens. We do what we can, but at this moment, taking more territory is far more important than caring about how Portugal feels about us. They have expanded quite nicely, so if we can get them to cede, they haven't really expanded quite nicely at all, have they? Because Morocco has been taking all the territory. We should end up just taking Portugal anyway, just to complete this area. Get it out of the way. No need to be worried about it at all. So France refuses our merchants. Pretty sure we've embargoed France, but we'll double check that just in case. So that's under economy. Yeah, we've embargoed them anyway. We're embargoing France, Burgundy, and England. Now that would actually be an expensive embargo, I believe. Burgundy's no longer our rival. Leave it there at the moment. Hurt them as much as possible. So we've got our armies in here. We might end up putting that other 4K over here just to round that off and get these numbers down a bit. Not too concerned. The manpower decreases every time we decide to go for a swim though, so I try to avoid that as much as possible. Could have sworn I sent him there. Apparently not. Should be more decisive about where I want him to. Alright, so France is having a grand old time up here. Austria is deciding to have a big old crack. What else is that? So France is attacking England, which is always good. I don't really want them to lose the stability or lose 25 legitimacy. Legitimacy is increasing. We just need to keep it above 50%. Can we build a church at this point in time? Uh, 35-13 seems to be our best option. Or 4 and then 1-7. Tough choice. That's why we needed to go to 6. Oh well. Increase our income. At this point we can kind of still buy our way out of trouble. We do 3.08 a month. So Austria's HRE still expected. It's going to cost us 120. I think what we might do is, because we need the income, go down to economy. It will cost us prestige, but we will sell the province to Aragon. $10 prestige result in 0.12 inflation, because we're going to end up integrating them into us anyway. So At this point, having that there is not good for us, because France, if they decide that they're not going to be at war with Austria anymore, could fabricate on that. Actually, they don't even need to fabricate. They've still got a claim on it. And with our reduced army, they'd be more than likely to do it. However, because Aragon's quite strong at this point, they'd be less inclined to have a crack at Aragon. We hope. So, we finally succeeded with that. They're at minus 71. They kind of despise us at the moment, even though it says that they trust us. And we're kind of still in love with them. So we're still at speed 4. It's essentially just trying to get her in there. She'll be in there at 15. So we've got to last until then. Peasants' War is at 52%. And it's not increasing. What did we do to stop that? I don't know what we did to stop that. Manpower is not at not at 50%. We're not in a disaster at the moment. Why did that stop? You know what? Why question it? Let's just be happy about that. So they were at 40% before. That's because they just increased the diplomatic technology. Good on you, Aragon. Thanks for that. It doesn't really matter. Aragon's kind of in love with us anyway, so even if that did get quite high, they're not going to break away. And that's what I mean. Ignorant Monarch, minus 22. It's because of how dumb he is. Look at that. All across the board, zeros. And we're not going for the achievement. Well, he's 52 now, so we might end up getting the achievement accidentally anyway. We really don't want him to survive, though. I hope he dies and we go to region. I really do. Alright, separatists. So, about another 4 years. That's taking forever. What we might do is pull them out. Split these guys up. Of course. Did not think that through. Oh well. Continuing right along then. We'll just pretend that that didn't happen. So we have a claim on Portugal. Portugal's army would help if I was in the right area. 11,000. So they've recovered nicely and they've got 3.5k in reserve. We don't have a large army yet, but we're increasing it. Our army at this point we got here is 25,890. So we're definitely going to be overpowering them. Who are they with at the moment? Allied with England. You know, we might actually get France to like us a little bit more. They want so many of our provinces. Oh, that's not going to happen. Rebel uprising. That's these guys. So we'll spend 50. Get them under control. Ooh. Yeah, we'll boost our stability. That'll help lower that for now. Convert provinces to our religion. 333 months. We might wait a little bit longer because we land maintenance modifier. My income's quite high, so we're not really concerned about that. It just increases the cost of reinforcing armies and forts as well, I believe. We should probably turn all them off. That'll increase our income by quite a bit. High Liberty Desire. They're still desperately in love with us. So we'll amalgamate these guys. How long do we have left on this claim? Until 1501, so what's that? 20 odd years, almost 30. That is increasing at an incredible rate. Just reinforce them a bit to get this number down. Now, unfortunately, we still have a bark. I don't know how that happened, but we'll fix that. And that fleet should automatically join up with this one very, very soon. Put them together. There we go. That helps that out a little bit. Now we'll check our advisors. What do we got? Spy, offense, diplomatic relation, morale of navies. Morale of navies would help with our trade, so we should probably look at that as well. Yearly prestige. Yearly prestige is at this point something that we kind of need. I'm not even looking at the right one. That's legitimacy. Good on you. Global trade power, so morale of armies and navies, so that is needed. Grab the morale of navies, so that'll be 4.7 per month. So that'll take us to 279. Not really worried about that. See, so frustrating having a terrible monarch, because our technology just it dies in the ass so quick and there's nothing we can do about it. But what we're going to do, we're going to change our focus 362, so just so we can get our diplomatic up, because at the moment let's lose 10 prestige. We'll get 2 unrest. I'm very unconcerned about that at the moment, because this should all be 0. Unified Faith has expired, that's fine. Revolt and a couple of rebel armies will spawn. So every time we get close we have to deal with them again. We need to get that down. Pretty sure I just discovered where that 2% unrest came from. Thanks for that. We really need to have that decrease, please. Intolerance. Right, it's because of the religion. Missionary strength is 0.3. Send him down. England now controls papacy. And that, if I'm correct, we'll end up creating another set of rebels soon, and and there will be zealots, not separatists. So we definitely need a larger army in that sector at the moment, because yeah, they're quite pissed. 11.7. I think unfortunately we might just end up having to let them revolt and then wipe their army out. We're at 17 and 11, so should be quite fine. We can make 3 more armies, so there'll be 3,000. So we'll go infantry, infantry, cavalry. Just maintain our armies. Naval limit, we can have 6 more. So what we might do is make some barks. So we'll check down here for ships. This will tell us the time. That's the easiest way to find out which way you can, which one is the fastest. You just go into build ships, click the bark, brings up the time. So we'll go Sevilla, and then one up here at Asturias. If that's incorrect, please forgive me. I'm quite terrible at pronouncing foreign names. And then we'll probably build in here in Cadiz as well. So that'll take us to 23 of 26. And the barks, essentially, we're just going to put them into the navy. That explains you, so pause you. I now understand why the income gain from that was as terrible as it was. Yeah, look at the difference there. It's because we got rid of that Karak. Kicking myself for not noticing that earlier. That'll definitely help the income. Inflation's going down quite rapidly, but we'll have to work on that soon, because I believe that was just a papacy blessing. Two cardinals. Alright, disorder is expired, which should be the 2% from down the bottom. We really need to get our ideas and our technology, specifically diplomatic and military. When we will need admin, but at this point it's not as much as of a priority as everything else is. Which one did we do? I'm pretty sure it was that one. Because we don't have a bank, so it's definitely not the bank that's causing our inflation to decrease. I honestly cannot remember why it is decreasing, because our advisors... So, when we're under attack over here, expected as much, but that was the quickest way to wipe out those separatists. They're not existing anymore at all. Army reinforced, so for that month we are actually at a negative money. Manpower is increasing very rapidly. Power projection is kind of standard, they're decreasing. It's not too bad, we're not actually decreasing, unfortunately we're not increasing. So we'll probably have to work on that soon. We're at rank 19 in the world. We're falling a little bit behind because we've been spending so much of our power. But very soon, once this is out of the way, we're going to turn around and we're going to take out Portugal, because look at that, 13,000, that's all they've got. National Epic has expired, unfortunately. Decreases unrest. 0. and 0. So, by rights, we can bring our armies home. Still 0. Fantastic. So, we wiped out the rebels, which enables us to continue on. We are still at 4 speed, just to get our manpower back up at this point. We don't really need it as high as it is, so... Wow. That low, we need very high manpower. Embrace the reputation, so we'll lose 100 diplomatic power. Execute somebody for this. Now we're at +2 stability at the moment, so that one would probably be better than diplomatic. So we'll execute somebody, because they're saying we're a ruthless powermonger, and considering it, we are, because we're about to go wipe out Portugal. Do want a little bit more manpower though. So missionaries progressing nicely. We'll grab this one as well. Ah, fantastic! The king died. Looming disaster. There's a peasants' war very soon, apparently. Stability is less than +1. Legitimacy less than 50. So, unfortunately, we're actually going to have to boost stability. That is decreasing. So, it looks like we're going to have a civil war very soon, because she's only 7. So, what we might do is hold off with Portugal. Nobody hates us. Truce with Portugal has ended. So, we'll bring the bark down. Put these guys together, and then we're going to go send them over to Safi as well. 14,000 army. 11 navy. And helping Safi. Or should we go pirate in the English Channel? No. We'll send them to Safi. They'll join up with the other guys. So that'll be, what, $9 protecting trade. Which is quite good. Put these guys together. So we'll have a large army and a small mop-up crew for, you know, just cleaning up surroundings. Alright, we'll pause it there. Thanks very much, guys. Sorry about the lateness of this video. I've been very busy with uni. A lot of assessments and stuff that had to be done, and there's just so much time doing it, and I didn't have enough time to make anything for you guys. Alright, thanks very much, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.